अस्सलाम वालेकुम। आज का जो हमारा टॉपिक है वो है नासा। नासा के बारे में तो आप सबने सुना ही होगा। नेशनल एरोनॉटिक्स एंड स्पेस एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, इसकी फुल फॉर्म है सोशल मीडिया फाउंडेशन एट नासा। अकॉर्डिंग टू द नेशनल एरोनॉटिक्स एंड स्पेस एक्ट, application L number 111314 and 124-3328 जो कि दिसंबर 18, 2010 को पब्लिश हुआ। सेक्शन 20112A के तहत the administration in order to carry out the purpose of this act shall provide for the website practicable and appropriate dissemination of information concerning its activities and the result thereof. NASA social media by the numbers: 467 social media accounts and counting, 2 full-time social media managers, 10 NASA centers, each with social media leaders, 2 full-time leads at one center, 11 part-time leads at other locations, 100 plus account managers. If we talk about the NASA social media universe, there is flagships accounts, centers, programs, projects, and professional accounts. Evolution of the social media universe. It all starts very nebulously. You dive into social media with few constraints. You learn through lots of trial and error. If we continue the evolution of the social media universe, over time the need for order begins to peek through. You measure social media use. You develop guiding strategic plans. Why bring order to social media universe? Clarity of voice and message, protecting your brand, avoiding duplicative efforts and use of resources, capture the creativity, scenery. Sum of the whole is greater than that of other parts. What will you do in a crisis? How do we create order? Give to get. Provide an incentive in exchange for account information such as official listing. This is the link for NASA. Create a sport or working group. Most people doing social media on their own want to do it better. Become the expert and train the trainers to build capacity. Build allies and pool resources. Use the authority you have. An orderly social media solar systems. Much like the solar system, rock solid planets on close orbits with gaseous giant planets further out. Determine the desired structure and process. Where will the centers of authority lie? Who can establish accounts and how? Rules for our social media universe. There is no social media policy, rather. Social media is viewed as a medium where the message is what matters. Instead, we apply existing rules, guidelines, and policies employees are already familiar with. NASA policy on the release of information, news, and information media. NPD 25401 Personal use of government office equipment including information technology. NPR 2810.1 Security of Information Technology, Chapter 11, Section 3.9 Internet Publishing Content Requirements. NPD 2810.1 NASA Information Security Policy. NPR 1600 1. NASA Security Program Procedural Document Section 5.24 Sensitive NM 1382-4 NASA Principles and Policies on Scientific Openness. That said, rules of our social media universe. That said, you must get an officially recognized account to use the NASA logo or name. Represent yourself as official. In some cases, get a verified account on the platform. Get listed on the NASA.gov Connect page. Be followed or liked by the flagship accounts. Ensure that the NASA social media team will not mistakenly get your account shut down for term of services violation as impersonating NASA. Have advertising and other limits removed on accounts. To get an official account, contact your center social media lead in the communications or public affairs office. Next is, where does this leave NASA? Harness the power of the flagship agency accounts. These include carefully curate this and reach the largest number of social media followers. Provide a well-rounded view of everything NASA has going. Shine light onto things that are unlikely to make new otherwise. If we talk about this, create an ecosystem of niche, single-purpose accounts. Curated by embedded account managers specializing on a particular mission, topic, or program. Develop followings of users interested in a particular slice of the NASA pie. Allow for experimentation and trying out new ideas. We do big things from the top down and from the bottom up. What all has this resulted in? This is the Connect and Collaborate with NASA. This is the website where you can connect and join the NASA page. 2008 at the rate Mars Phoenix. What is saying about the NASA? They are saying, are you ready to celebrate? Well, get ready. We have eyes. Yes, eyes. Water eyes on Mars. Wood. Best ever. 2008 fifth most popular Twitter account. 75,000 followers. First tweet from space. From orbit launch was awesome. I'm feeling great, working hard and enjoying the magnificent views. The adventure of a lifetime has begun. This is when Astro Mike Massimino, who tweet from the orbit. Integration into NASA.government. There is some changing that the NASA has done. 2009 integration into mobile apps. They introduced the NASA apps. First live tweet from space. Hello Twitterverse. We are now live tweeting from the International Space Station. The first live tweet from space. More soon. Send yours. This is Astro DJ who tweet first time 2010 first Foursquare check-in from space. This is from space, they check in. NASA Explorer. Let us saying that you are now 220 miles above the Earth, traveling at 17,500 mph, and unlock the NASA Explorer badge. Show this badge and get a free scoop of astronaut ice cream. If we talk about next slides, so in 2011, first government agency on Google Plus. The first government agency of NASA is introduced on Google Plus. It is in 2011. Joined Google Plus in November 2011 as the first federal agency. Currently, we are served by 450,000 users. In 2012, first Foursquare check-in from Mars. Mars Curiosity check-in at Yale Center. One check-in closer to being mayor of Mars. Throughout the 23-month exploration of Mars, Curiosity will continue to check in on Foursquare so you can follow along as it roves the red planet. So what happened? NASA on Twitter, 2009 May, 1,000 followers. Today 3.4 million followers. 43 astronauts on Twitter. Astromike has 1.2 million followers. NASA page on Facebook. 2009 it was 150,000 likes, and today it is 1.6 million likes. NASA page on Google Plus. 2009 didn't exist. Today we are in 325,000 circles. Astronaut Ron Grant is in 2+ million circles. NASA on Foursquare. 2009 did not exist. Today 450,000 followers. How did this happen? We will talk about this. Provide great content that will get people talking. Social media is conversation. Spend as much time listening as you do speaking. If you start a conversation, participate in it. Do not start it and walk away. Ask for and enable feedback. Respond to mentions on Twitter, comments on blogs, Facebook, etc. We keep it simple. Use existing ways to engage. The Twitter chat with Arctic Ocean and Ice Explorer is about to begin. Get ready to send your questions with hashtag #IceTape. What they use to do their best, it is web chats, Ustream chats, tweet chats, Google Plus Hangouts, comment forums, web stream, news conferences, Ask a Scientist events, public events, outreach activities, tours and open houses, online contents and submissions, expert interviews on other media and social media sites, hashtags, etc. We take it offline. NASA socials. NASA has had Rage NASA has had great success with inviting our social media fans to in-person, behind-the-scenes opportunities at NASA centers and facilities. Events range from 2 hours to 2 days in length. This is NASA Social, which you can use offline. We make events special and memorable. Provide unique or exclusive information, speakers, access, setting. Successful events rock logistics. Short interactive sessions, connected Wi-Fi. Your online audience powered. But why? How does this happen? Spread the word as widely as possible by going directly to members of the public to tell your own story. As news organizations cut staff and trim coverage, we get more news coverage in more places, especially smaller local outlets. The diversity of participants helps connect us to non-traditional audiences to further share our message. We get impactful in-person and virtual participation, leading to significant levels of worldwide engagement. But why it moves followers from fans, followers, consumers? It's moved to advocates, ambassadors, creators, collaborators. Where are we going with social media? Adding more opportunities for online engagement activities. Evaluating new platforms and tools to engage new audience on. Creating more of an internal social media community, including a listserv and an agency-wide social media resource site. Integrating social media with traditional media activities. Measuring our effectiveness through analytics of events and campaigns. Conducting more social media campaigns. Continuing to improve the quality of social media messaging from all levels of NASA. Engaging new audiences in new ways. Challenges for NASA and social media. Measurements. More than just followers, reach influential followers, retweets. With so much noise, what works? Time. One more platform to repurpose info on. Social media is 24/7, but work is a 9-5 world. Inaccuracy spread fast, hard to correct. Resources. Effective use and engagement is not cost-free. Duplication of effort. Right hand, left hand. Control. Easy to share information ahead of release. Makes spokespeople out of those who are not. Overlapping accounts. You may not have a spaceship, but your company has a fan base. They would not think of themselves as fans until they are in Rome with like-minded people. They would not think of themselves as members of community until you bring them together. David Rosen. Follow the social media team at NASA Social for the latest opportunities to connect and collaborate with NASA. Next slide about what we are going to study is NASA related, in which we read Content in these slides are launching of NASA, early space flight, Apollo mission, space shuttle, science of space, the first A in NASA, aeronautics research, International Space Stations, ISS, aeronautics, area of research. Let's start with the launching of NASA. NASA is established in October 1, 1958. After World War II, there was a Cold War between USA and Russia, USSA. A broad content was there among aligned and non-aligned over space, that this field became space race. American President declared the International Geophysical Year for the period July 1, 1957 to December 31, 1958. Soviets launched Sputnik 1, the world's first artificial satellite, as its IGY-3. It had Pearl Harbor effect on Americans, and this thing produced stimulus to work in aeronautics field. NASA started many missions after its creation, and within 20 years it has set many missions like Mercury Single Astronaut Program, Project Gemini 2 astronauts, robotic missions to the moon, aeronautics research, remote sensing Earth satellite, application of satellite in communications, early space flights. If we talk about the early space flights, then this is Mercury space flight. On May 5, 1961, Alan B. Shepard, Jr. became the first American to fly into space, an effort to learn humans survive in space. Gemini space flight. This was built on Mercury flight experience. Built for 2 astronauts, 10 flights provided NASA more information regarding space. During Gemini 4, on June 3, 1965, when Edward H. White Jr. became the first US astronaut to conduct a spacewalk. Going to the moon, the Project Apollo, when human beings kept their first step to the moon, on the moon. NASA achievements involve human exploration to space in early years, but after Soviet success and space project, Apollo became their first and high-profile project. To make this dream real, NASA spent 11 years on this project, and its demand $25.4 billion. NASA had to face many crises and financial problems, but they bounced back with great revolution. On December 24, 25, 1968, when its crew read from the Book of Genesis, was another crucial accomplishment on the way to the moon. That's one small step for a man, one gained leap for mankind. Neil Armstrong uttered these famous words on July 20, 1969, when the Apollo 11 mission. 5 more successful lunar landing missions followed. The Apollo 13 mission of April 1970 attracted the public's attention. 17 mission of December 1972, NASA completed a successful engineering and scientific program. Space Shuttle. After a gap of 6 years, NASA returned to human spaceflight in 1981, demonstrating that it could take off vertically and glide to an unpowered airplane-like landing. NASA is poised to return to flight in summer 2005 with the STS-114 mission. There are 3 shuttle orbiters in NASA fleet. These 3 names are Atlantis, Discovery, and Diego. This is Atlantis shuttle orbiters. Picture of the Atlantic shuttle orbiter toward a permanent human presence in space. For permanent stay in space, NASA established its space base. An initial effort in this area was NASA Skylab program in 1973. In 1984, Congress authorized NASA to build a major new space station as a base for further exploration of space. Russian experience. Russia joined NASA as international partners to build a space facility that known as International Space Station. International Space Stations is an artificial satellite in low Earth orbit whose first component was launched in 1998, now the largest artificial body in orbit. The ISS serves as a microgravity and space environment research laboratory. Module length. (167.3 feet) is 51 meters. Truss length 357.5 feet 109 meters. The solar array length 239.4 feet, 73 meters. Mass 924,739 pounds, mean 419,455 kilograms. Habitable volume 13696 cubic feet, 388 cubic meters. Pressurized volume 32,333 cubic feet. Power generation 8 solar arrays, 84 kilowatts. Lines of computer code approximately 2.3 million. Aeronautics, the goal of fundamental aeronautics program is to achieve technological capabilities necessary to overcome national challenges in air transportation, including reduce noise emissions, fuel consumption, and increase mobility through a faster means of transportation. To control civil aviation, national security goals. NASA collaboration. Collaboration of the NASA is the Russian Federal Space Agency, JAXA, ESA, CSA. NASA research areas, that is solar system, beyond the Earth, commercial space, Earth, technology. Thank you. In the next slides we will learn the NASA achievements. The NASA achievements, past, present and future. ED Rodriguez, Systems Engineer, SDT NASA Contractor, Goddard Space Flight Center. How did the space begin? Space race began is explained here. We will read it in detail. A small spherical satellite called Sputnik started its war. It was the first artificial satellite to be put into Earth's orbit. It was launched into an elliptical low Earth orbit by the Soviet Union on October 4, 1957. The unanticipated announcement of Sputnik 1 success precipitated the crisis in the United States and ignited the space race. Explorer 1 was the United States answer to the Soviet Sputnik satellite launched January 31, 1958. It discovered the Van Allen radiation belts over the north and southern hemisphere. First man into space on April 12, 1961. Soviet cosmonaut Yuri Gagarin became the first person to fly in space, reinforcing Americans' fears about being left behind in a technological competition with the Soviet Union. The United States was beaten into orbit by the Soviets, but would soon answer and unleash all of her talents to come back and win the space race. Mercury program. We talk about the Mercury program, the first human spaceflight program of the United States. It ran from 1959 to 1963 with the goal of putting a human in orbit around the Earth. Seven test pilots were selected. Only 6 will fly during the Mercury program. Monkey, Wretch, Alder on January 31, 1961. January 31, 1961. Ham, a chimpanzee, was secured into a Project Mercury capsule mission labeled MR2 and launched from Cape Canaveral, Florida on a suborbital flight. Alan B. Shepard was the first American into space on a suborbital flight. Gus Grissom, second man into space, lost his space capsule Liberty Bell 7 after his hatch inadvertently blew off while waiting for the rescue crew to pick him up in the ocean. John Glenn was the first American to the orbit. On February 20, 2012, John Glenn celebrated his 50th anniversary, being the first American astronaut to orbit the Earth. He would also fly on a shuttle flight in the 1990s as the oldest man in space. Tex Layton did not fly due to a medical diagnosis of having an irregular heartbeat. He would later fly on the Apollo-Soyuz mission. If we talk about the Gemini program was conducted between 1965 and 1966. There were 10 manned flights total. The goal of this is to develop space docking techniques in support of Apollo, which ultimately had the goal of landing men on the moon. Gemini achieved missions in duration long enough for a trip to the moon and back, perfected extravehicular activity, working outside a spacecraft, and orbital maneuvers necessary to achieve rendezvous and docking. Apollo program. If we talk about the Apollo program, conceived during the presidency of Dwight D. Eisenhower, Apollo began in earnest after President John F. Kennedy proposed the national goal of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth by the end of the 1960s. In May 25, 1961, addresses to Congress. Apollo ran from 1961 to 1972, following the Mercury and Gemini programs. There were 12 successfully launched missions, 2 Earth orbiting, 10 translunar missions. A major tragedy struck NASA during Apollo 1 when we lost astronauts Ed White, Gus Grissom, and Roger Chaffee in the Apollo 1 fire during a pre-flight test on January 27, 1967. After months of investigation, it was discovered that electrical spark inside the capsule combined with the 100% oxygen-rich environment as excited all three astronauts within 30 seconds. The hatch was a major contribution to the tragedy, as the hatch could only be opened from outside of the capsule. NASA would have to stand down. They would learn from this tragedy, fix it, and move forward. Apollo program continued. Apollo 7 and 9 missions. The primary objective of these missions were to test all aspects of the lunar module in Earth orbit, including operation of LM as an independent, self-sufficient spacecraft, and performance of docking and rendezvous maneuvers and procedures. Apollo 8 would be the first Apollo mission to briefly orbit the Moon and return the man back to Earth. Apollo 10 would repeat Apollo 8's feat, but this time with the lunar module attached, acting as the dry run for Apollo 11 mission. Apollo 11 was the first mission to land men on the Moon on July 20, 1969. On the day, Neil Armstrong famously proclaimed that one small step for a man, one leap for mankind. This lasted approximately 2.5 hours. All scientific activities were completed satisfactorily. All instruments were deployed and samples were collected. After the successful Apollo 11 mission, 6 more missions would follow between 1969 and 1970. Apollo's 12 17. Apollo 12 would land a very close 580 feet from Survivor 3, an unmanned lunar explorer that landed on the Moon on April 20, 1967. Apollo 13 would never land on the Moon. Instead, it used the lunar module as a lifeboat, saving the lives of astronauts after the explosion on the service module caused by the electrical short circuit. The astronauts would return safely to Earth after free return trajectory around the Moon. It was referred to NASA successful failure, as they were unable to land on the Moon as planned. However, brought all 3 men back safely home. Apollo 14 landed where 13 was planned to land. Apollo 15 was the first Apollo mission to carry along the Moon rover, a 4-wheel buggy that allowed the astronauts to explore further from the LM. The astronauts on Apollo 15 spent 3 days on the Moon and a total of 18.5 hours outside the spacecraft on lunar extravehicular activity. Apollo 16 astronauts drove the lunar roving vehicle, the second ever produced and used on the Moon. A cumulative distance of 16.6 miles around their landing site. If we talk about the Apollo 17, Apollo 17 was NASA's final mission to the moon, carrying the very first geologist to explore the surface of the moon. Unfortunately, due to lack of funding, the remaining three missions, 18 to 20, were cancelled. Skylab and Apollo Soyuz missions. Skylab flew from 1973 to 1979. It provided the astronauts with a huge workshop, a solar observatory, and other systems. There were 3 missions comprised of 3 astronauts on each mission. Skylab was one of several uncontrolled re-entries back to Earth, landing in Western Australia in 1979. The Apollo Soyuz program was the first American-Soviet cooperative mission during the Cold War. Docking in the space of the 2 craft occurred on July 17, 1975, and joint operations were conducted for 2 full days. This would be Dakey Slater's only flight into space. Only original Mercury astronauts who did not fly during the Mercury era. Space Shuttle Program. Program duration 1981 to 2011. Total of 135 missions launched. The missions by shuttle were Enterprise 5 Alt, Columbia 28, Challenger 10, Atlantis 33, Discovery 39, and Endeavour 25. The Space Shuttle, or Space Transportation System as it was officially called, provided America access to space for 30 years. It also partnered with several other countries, carrying a wide variety of international scientists and mission specialists into low Earth orbit throughout the course of its history. These are some pictures of Space Shuttle program. It is a rocket launching. And the next slide we take a look is in Memorabilia. Challenger STS 5IL, so 51L, January 28, 1986. Shuttle destroyed less than 2 minutes after launch. Caused O-ring malfunction in the right solid rocket booster. Columbia STS 107, February 1st, 2003. Shuttle destroyed upon re-entry. Caused broken piece of foam from external tank hit left wing during ascent, creating a hole in the left wing. International Space Station. Planned use lifetime 1998-2016. The International Space Station is a modular structure whose first component was launched in 1998. Atlantis would be the last space shuttle to visit the ISS with final touches, including much needed supplies. Experiments. Bone loss study in microgravity, 0G. Long-term endurance in space, for example, muscle loss. Future. Act as staging platform for future moon.
Mars, and asteroid missions. Like many artificial satellites, the station can be seen from Earth with the naked eye. The ISS consists of pressurized modules, external trusses, solar arrays, and other elements. ISS components have been launched by American space shuttles as well as Russian Proton and Soyuz rockets. Additional information, videos, simulations available on the internet. If we talk about the future of the NASA, then what's the next? Orion, the next launch vehicle program to replace shuttle. Mars missions, asteroid missions, interplanetary missions, unmanned for now, but when will the human travel to interplanetary destinations? NASA has many opportunities out there for those of you with a strong sense of adventure. Immigrants contributing to NASA. Georgy E. Chemetov, mission specialist and ISS flight engineer, was born in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and naturalized in his 20s. If we talk about Franklin or Chang Diaz, who was a former astronaut, Chang Diaz was born in San Jose, Costa Rica. In 1981, he became the first naturalized US citizen to earn the title of NASA astronaut. Kalpana Chawla. This astronaut was born in Karnal, Haryana, India, and was the first Indian American in space. Chawla became a naturalized citizen when she was 29 years old. This accomplished astronaut and space shuttle mission specialist was killed in the 2003 Columbia Space Shuttle disaster. C. Michael Foale. Foale is a mission specialist and ISS commander. He was born in Los Angeles and holds the current US record for cumulative time spent in space, 374 days, 11 hours and 19 minutes. Michael E. Lopez, Algeria. Born in Madrid, Spain, Lopez Algeria currently serves as Flight Crew Operations Directorate Assistant Director of ISS. Carlos I. Noriega, born in Lima, Peru. This retired astronaut is now the Director, Safety, Reliability and Quality Assurance Office, Constellation Program of the Johnson Space Center. Noriega holds the distinction of being the first Peruvian-born person in space. Nicholas J.M. Patrick. This mission specialist was born in North Yorkshire in the United Kingdom. He became a naturalized citizen in 94. Larry J. Sellers. Sellers is a mission specialist and was born in Sussex, United Kingdom. He became a naturalized citizen in 1991. Andrew S.W. Thomas. Mission specialist. Thomas was born in Adelaide, South Australia and naturalized in 1986. These are the sub-ingredients that contributing to NASA. Next slide is about how to work at NASA.
Then no relief could be granted. So वो जो relief है वो grant से नहीं किया जाएगा. Then delayed when fatal. Delay जो है वो fatal कब होगा, कब नुकसान भी होगा. In following cases, delay is fatal for a party desirous of enforcing his rights. जो पार्टी चाह रही है कि उसके हाउस जो है उसको इन्फोर्स किया जाए उन केसेस के लिए कब कौन से केसेस में जिनमें जो डिग्री है वो फैटल होगा. फर्स्ट वन इज लॉस ऑफ एविडेंस. As a result of delay, when the available evidence is lost or destroyed. जब available evidence हो, evidence available हो और इस चीज़ का खतरा हो कि वो डिस्ट्रॉय हो जाएगी या लॉस हो जाएगी, उसमें अगर आप जो है वो डिले करते हो तो वो जो आपको है वो नुकसान पहुँचाएगा. वो डिले इज बेटर इन इंफॉर्मेशन ऑफ लॉस ऑफ एविडेंस. Second है waiver of right. Waiver of law. Waiver of right. हाँ जो मुझे when the other party is induced assume or draw a inference from one's conduct that one has waived his right. जब दूसरी पार्टी जो है ये यूज करिए रिज्यूम करने के और इन्फ्रेंस करिए draw an inference from one's conduct. किसी दूसरे कंडक्ट से ये इन्फ्रेंस बना लेती है that one has waived his right. तो तब जो है वो फैक्ट होगा. Then third condition is loss of release of right. Delay provides a ground to the other party and leads him to believe that one has already abandoned and released his right. Delay provides a ground दूसरी पार्टी को कि वो जो है करे एक कम has agreed to abandon एक जो है वो अपनी हो गया है पार्टी जो abandon के लिए and releases right उसने अपना right है वो release कर. Then the fourth option is loss of witness. Loss of witness could be accused in case of death. Loss of witness could be occurred in case of death. So exceptions इसमें क्योंकि क्या है हमारे पास नेक्स्ट क्या थी delayed defeat equity जिसका लैटिन एक्सप्रेशन था legally litigious, non-juribus litigious. Jure as superior than. So this is the Latin expression of this maxim. Delayed defeat equity. हम इसकी exceptions पे हम उसको देख लेते हैं. Following are the exceptions to be mentioned. First one is where the law of limitation expressly applies. जहाँ law of limitation जो है वो expressly apply हो रहा हो. The number second is where it apply by analogy. Analogy जो है वो apply हो रहा हो. And the third one is where the law of limitations does not apply but the cases are governed by ordinary rule of latches. So these are the exceptions of this maxim. Next, limitation of the last student I will have analogy means apply by analogy. And number third is where the law of limitation does not apply. So the cases are governed by ordinary rule of latches. This is limitation. So this is हमारा delayed equity. ये कंप्लीट हो इसको निकाल कर लेते हैं. Then the story is movie. Basis of maxims. then last we studied innovation. तो इस तरीके से जो हमारा क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 था जिसका टाइटल था elaborate the following measures of equity, and then A जो है just equity and the forum of equity, and the second is related to equity, तो ये हम कर चुके हैं। and next हम अपना क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 स्टार्ट करेंगे, ये जो कि कुछ मैक्सिमम equity as a short question or lots of so on what we will do by question number 2 हमारे पास है what is declaration? Explain the procedure and principle of declaration. So हम इन specific act जो है declaration को start करते हैं। declaration को जो है उसके procedure को उसके principles को सबसे पहले declaration की हम सारे declaration यानी जिसे हम उर्दू में जिसको कहते हैं दावे आगे प्रैक्टिस की जाती है काफी ये केस जो है ये उर्दू से काफी कुछ है इसमें चैप्टर 6 जो है SRA इसमें जो है वो इसका जिक्र है चैप्टर 6 से SRA deals with the equity section 42 ये section 42 जो है वो इसके section 42 provides provided that no such provision may any such declaration may be taken to for the relief. Where the provision commits to do so. the section and integrity of suit is to be determined on the state of affairs which were prevalent on the date of institution of the suit and not on the date of the decree passed. Applicability of the section and integrity of the suit. Here it is section to applicability or the suit to integrity. History is to determine here which is the state of affairs which were prevalent on the date of institution of the suit. Whose date of institution of the suit institute state to prevent the India. Otherwise, on the date of the decree passed, not to is the decree passed is Section 42 contemplates the following conditions. First condition and the second condition. That the plaintiff is entitled A. to any legal character, किसी legal character का चाहे वो entitled होता है plaintiff. B. to any right as to any property. In section 42, the following conditions are condition stated that the plaintiff is entitled. The first A is to any legal character, and the B is to any right as to any property.
Study 1 to build NASA carriers path to get there. Get a scholarship to the Naval or Air Force academies. Free education, but you have to stay in the military for about 6 years after you graduate. Most listeners earn a pretty good living if you consider yourself one and study hard. Chances are you fall into this category. Security clearances, background checks performed prior to employment, including fingerprinting. Looking for bad apples with a history of criminal activity. Felony convictions. No job at NASA. But a telescope and stargaze are no
others. Good attitude, willing to learn, team player attitude a must. Work long hours, even overnight shifts for an extended period of time. Science, math and English skills are must. Remember, imagination is more important than knowledge. Visit National Airspace Museum, planetariums, join space clubs, social networks, interested in foreign spaces, etc. Schools that specialize in science engineering curriculum, VT Penn State, Mission Museum, Capital College. Movies that write stuff over 13 Maroon, over 60s movie. Watch Nova PS Special, YouTube Discovery, Discovery Channel, Science Film Channel, just Google Space. Get an internship with companies working with NASA contractors, Lockheed Martin, General Dynamics, etc. Jobs administrative to astronauts. All disciplines of engineering, mission planning, robotics, flight officer, astronomy, launch vehicle development ops, mission safety assurance. Safety quality assurance, computer IT professionals, keep those threats out, and many more to mention. Ingenuity, what makes your ideas unique? What interests you? What can you do for NASA? What do you see yourself getting out of working at NASA? There are some steps, or you can say points or clues if you want to join NASA. We discuss different programs of NASA in these slides. Now we will search for next slide. That would be related to NASA future missions. NASA future missions, the recent one is under Artemis returning astronauts to the moon. Under Artemis, NASA will send new science instruments and technology demonstration to study the moon. Accelerate plans to send astronauts to the moon by 2024 and establish sustainable lunar exploration by 2028. It's the future mission of NASA. In these slides, we will study NASA innovation and technology preliminary planning. That is by Robert D. Gorham, NASA Chief Technologist. Outline what is outline? NASA Innovation Technology Initiative, NASA Office of the Chief Technologist, Space Technology Program. NASA Innovation Initiative goals. Revitalize NASA as a preeminent R&D organization through significant investment in longer-term technical or process innovation. Encourage innovative application of NASA capabilities to address broader national needs such as energy, weather, climate, earth science, health and wellness, national security, and STEM education. Stimulate a vibrant commercial space sector through helping to create new types of engagement. new creation of new markets, and when investment in future technologies. Generate excitement about NASA work by investing in a large number of highly creative activities with potential for disruptive breakthroughs. Provide exciting hands-on work for students and new employees. Attributes of reinvigorated innovation and technology program. ISS utilization extended likely to 2020 or beyond. Implement priorities of life and physical science humanity. Fully utilize ISS as test bed for exploration, science and technology advances. Fundamental and applied research to improve dream health and performance for long duration missions and development of countermeasures for microgravity effects. Promote the use of ISS as a national laboratory by a variety of government and non-government organizations for the conduct of research across an array of science and engineering disciplines, some of which is anticipated to have terrestrial applications. Early stage innovation and game-changing technology. Promote the US and emphasize its non-mission focused innovation and technology development. Expanded commercial sector engagement. NECA like approach to developing investment strategy and partnerships to open long-term commercial markets. NASA innovation applied to broader national needs. Leverage NASA capabilities and technology for application in energy, weather, climate, earth science, health and wellness, and national security. Technology innovation for flexible human exploration capabilities. Provide critical capabilities needed to implement various options examined by the Augustine Committee to extend human presence beyond low Earth orbit. Precursor demonstrations and flight testing. Demonstrate prototype system and key capabilities on international robotic missions. To reduce the risk for future human exploration and more ambitious science missions. Technology elements within NASA missions. Why invest in technology and innovation? Many positive outcomes are likely from a long-term NASA advanced, concept and broad technology development program with mission focused. Cross-cutting, game-changing and early stage innovation components. A more vital and productive aeronautics and space future than our country has today. A means to focus NASA intellectual capital on significant national needs. Some international spark to a technology-based economy, an international symbol of our country's scientific and technological leadership, motivation for many of country's best young minds to pursue educational programs and careers in engineering and science. While these efforts are high risk and not all will succeed, when taken in total, the benefits will be significant for NASA and the nation. Individual project area must be acceptable for innovation to flourish. When we must develop a program that extracts knowledge even in case of failure. Consider the following three examples: Mars Pathfinder, Orion Thermal Production System Development, Human Mars Exploration. Mars Pathfinder. Initiated in 1992, Mars Pathfinder was essentially a 25 to 50 million
The next challenge is person intelligent in the section
experiment in innovation made possible by WES Hunters and Tony Sphere JPLPM. Key technology innovation was integration of airbag technology. Airbag technology initially put forward by the Russians with Viking era systems. In addition to science and technology objectives, the MPF innovation accomplished the following key changes: establish surface mobility and ground truth as important exploration principles. Groundswell and experience for a new generation of Mars scientists and engineers. Re-engaged public with Mars as a destination worthy of exploration. Creation of Mars program and establishment of Mars program budget line led to wide spectrum of NASA better, faster, cheaper missions. This is Pathfinder spacecraft on the Mars surface July 4, 1997. In development within 2 years of Mars Pathfinder landing, Mars Pathfinder, Mars Rover Survivor, Mars Microscope, Stardust, Guineas Sample Return, Mars Sample Return, Mars 2001. Orion PPS Advanced Weapon Project. The Orion PPS ADP was 3-year, $150 million effort to develop ablative PPS material. Solutions to protect Orion from atmospheric rain. The TPS ADP pursued a competitive spaced development strategy with succeeding rounds. Of development, testing and down selections. Stimulating the commercial market, the project raised the technology readiness level of 8 different TPS materials from 5 different commercial vendors. Venture down selecting to a single material system for the Orion heat shield. In addition to providing a heat shield material and design for Orion on time and budget. The project accomplished the following: reinvigorated a TPS industry that was in danger of collapse, re-established a NASA competency able to respond to future TPS needed. Identified a potential catastrophic problem with the planned aerosol heat shield and remedied the problem by providing a viable high-fried alternate heat shield material and design option demonstrated casual concentrates. Transferred mature heat shield material and design options to commercial space industry, including TPS solution for a SpaceX Dragon capsule and PCA Life with implications for a while for a wide variety of customers. It is a direct result of the Orion TPS ADB competitive materials R&D result in multiple viable materials and systems. Next will be the value of technology investments, Mars mission example, National Aeronautics and Space Administration, Office of the Administrator and their work, Office of Chief Technologist, Principal NASA. OCT has 6 main roles and responsibilities. Principal NASA advisor and advocate on matters concerning agency-wide technology policy and integration with other agency technology efforts. Direct management of space technology program. Coordination of technology investment across the agency, including the mission-focused investments made by the NASA mission directorates, perform strategic coordination of technology investment across the agency, including the mission-focused investments made by the NASA mission directorates, perform strategic technology integration, change culture towards creativity and innovation at NASA centers, particularly in regard to workforce development. Document, demonstrate, communicate, socialistic, social impact of NASA technology investments, lead technology transfer and commercialization opportunities across agency. Mission directorates continue to manage mission-focused technology for directorate missions and future needs. This is the NASA Office of the Chief Technologist, Headquarters Overall Program Management, Deputy CD, Chief Technologist, Financial Management, Communication, Partnership Development, Strategic Integration. There is a game-changing technology. There is early stage innovation and cross-cutting capability demonstrates. Partnership development. Partnership development. Partnerships are an integral part of NASA strategy for reinvigorated branding, technology and innovation. The Office of the Chief Technologist provides a visible agency entry point for technology transfer and commercialization, interagency coordination and joint activities, intellectual property management and partnership opportunities. Alexa activities will be coordinated by the Office of the Chief Technologist. Leverage partnership with the NASA and field centers, other government agencies, academies, small business, industry and international partners to build the capabilities for tomorrow's space mission today. The Office of the Chief Technologist proactively cultivates partnerships and facilitates transfer of NASA technologies for public benefit through a network of offices at each of NASA field center. Strategic integration. If we talk about the strategic integration, the Office of the Chief Technologist is responsible for strategic integration of NASA technology portfolio. This requires tight coordination with the mission directors, directorates, MD, and NASA centers in which OCT personnel participate in all agency technology program formulation activities, develop and manage the agency level technology portfolio, agency technology gap overlap assessments, agency assessment of balance and prioritization, develop an agency level technology roadmap. If we talk about next, driven by the agency's strategic goals consistent with the NASA strategic plans and coordinated with our partners in industry, academia and other government agencies. Integrated assessment of the agency technology portfolio is performed by the NASA Technology Executive Council, chaired by the agency chief technologist with participation from the mission directorates and office of the chief engineer. Strategic integration. Strategic integration within NASA, OCT develops and coordinates an integrated technology investment strategy through NASA Technology Executive Council, representatives from OCT, OCE, and of each MD, technology coordination, strategic planning across agency. Center Research and Technology Council CRTC, top researchers from NASA centers innovative and engaged in external community and knowledgeable of research and technology efforts across centers. NASA NAC Technology and Innovation Committee, guidance and feedback from external community. NAC Commercial Space Committee, guidance and feedback from external community. OCT expects to partner with the following external customer stakeholders: academia, DARPA, AFOSA, ARPA-E, other government agencies, commercial international partners. NASA Space Technology Foundational Principles. The Space Technology Program should advance non-mission focused technology. Non-mission focused technology currently at low to mid technology readiness level, in some cases to fight ready status. The Space Technology Program shall meet the nation needs for new technologies to support future NASA missions. Technologies to support NASA missions in science and exploration, as well as the needs of other governments. NAC aided early aeronautics industry. There shall be multiple customers for Space Technology Program products. The Space Technology Program shall employ a portfolio approach to innovation that ensures opportunities for technology investment and maturation over the entire ERS spectrum. The Space Technology Programs shall sponsor in academia, industry, and NASA career centers based on the quality of research proposed at those institutions and in a manner that supports competition and balance. Space Technology Program Element Proposed Budgets. Major Space Technology Program Elements, Space Technology Programs, and there is their proposed budgets. NASA Space Technology Program Elements. Early stage innovation. Creative ideas regarding future NASA systems and a solution to national needs. Game-changing technology. Feasibility of novel early stage idea that has potential to revolutionize future NASA mission and fulfill national need. Cross-cutting capability demonstrations. Maturations to flight readiness of cross-cutting capabilities that advance multiple future space missions, including 5 test projects, wherein space demonstration is needed before the capability can transition to direct mission application. This is the NASA Space Technology Program Elements. They are all early stage innovation, game-changing technology, cross-cutting capability development. Potential topics. Early stage innovations include computation material design, nanotube based structure materials, high bandwidth communications, lightweight, low transist volume space structures, non-chemical in space propulsion, coatings and adhesives, flexible power arrays, microwave laser power, transmission, energy storage systems, space robotics, assembly and fabrication, formation, flying spacecraft systems, then non-conventional access to space, print manufacturing and rapid 3D prototyping, extreme environment, sensor and mechanisms, climate sensors, entry declarators, reliable and affordable exploration system, durable approaches for large non-operational spacecraft, material structure concepts to mitigate impact of social debris, and precision timing and navigation using only celestial objects. Game-changing technology. Game-changing technology include advanced lightweight structures and materials, advanced in space propulsion, nanopropellants, lightweight large aperture antennas and telescope, power generation, transmission, surface robotics instructions, energy storage, high bandwidth communications, and small satellite subsystem technology, cross-cutting capability demonstrations, optical communications, aero capture, supersonic and hypersonic inflatable, aerodynamic declarators, formation flying, advanced in space propulsion, NASA Space Technology Program, vision of the future, these ideas, does it work, and the possible solutions finds, and then is it flight ready, mission directorates, IoT technologies. Relationship with the missions directorate technology programs. Developing technologies with broad applicability to support mission-specific technology needs. This is the relationship between the ESMS, MD, and STP technology program elements. Near-term actions. An agency-wide team in place, drafting detailed plans for the execution of three major program elements and an agency partnership development and strategic integration function. Major milestones include technology roadmap and prioritization process, April 12, 2010. Space Technology Investment Coordination, April 12, 2010. Centennial Challenges Lunar Exploration Prize, April 26, 2010. Space Technology Program Plan includes IWP June 28, 2010. ISS as a platform for technology development. August 9, 2010. Center Program Leadership Assignments completed in March. Solicitations planning for new programs. Space Technology Research Grants completed in May-June. Solicitation planning for ongoing programs. Proceeding on schedule, the Space Technology Program will be ready to make awards on October 1, 2010. Approximate number of planned by 11 space technology products. 200 space technology research grants. 500 space technology graduate fellowships. 20 NIAC to Phase 1 awards. 125 Centers Innovation Fund awards. 400 SBIR STTR Phase 1 awards. 50 SBIR STTR Phase 2 awards. 5 new Centennial Challenges. 6 game-changing development awards. 2 small satellite technologies. 3 technology demonstration missions. 1 Edison small satellite missions. 40 fast awards. 2 CRUSR means Crosser awards. Over 1300 activities to be initiated in FY11. This is the summary. NASA as a major component coordination innovation engine. Americans' economic competitiveness and high standard of living are based on decades of investing in innovation. This is the NASA Space Technology Program. Space Technology Program elements: early stage, that is innovation, game-changing technology, cross-cutting capability demonstrates, backup. Early stage innovation program element, that is space technology research grants, NIAC Phase 1 and Phase 2. If we talk about this is the summary of Google slides which we have studied, and this is the NASA Space Technology Program, that is the elements like development stage, number of projects, typical project cost, project duration, programs, perform selections, typical performance, funding, partnership mechanisms, cost sharing and partners.